like Forsen is so like mage and hunter left. He might go like hunter. He didn't want to take hunter because of Annihilatrons. Like if you get locked by Annihilatrons and whoever gets like a faster opening, is in a better position. But then Annihilatrons they come in and you're in trouble as a hunter. So that's why he didn't take it. But right now, what kind of mage is he playing? Maybe he's playing like Forsen loves control. So with this warrior endlock, maybe this mage is actually a mill mage, like mill fatigue mage kind of.
Maybe. I mean, that's all the rage these days anyway, right? I mean, everyone's on the hype train about the mill mage, the fatigue mage. So we'll see. I mean, at the same time, no matter which mage it is and then which hunter it is, again, we kind of talked about in the beginning, both mage and hunter these days, they're the classes that have a good bet against any other class in tournament formats. So Forsen's still not out of it yet, only down 2-0. There's still plenty of room for him to come back against Thijs, whereas Thijs is sitting comfortably with his mech mage still in hand from that first set.
The scary part is Thijs still has his warrior and druid ready if this mage falls down. But with Undertaker openings, I don't think it's going to fall down quickly.
Yeah, and Forsen actually going with Hunter now, so keeping his mage as his last card, his hidden card there for the best of 7. We'll see if we get a chance to check that out. But for now, trying to counter aggro with a little bit of more aggro from him.
Well, we got some information here. It's actually pretty important because like Forsen is playing a high main version, so not the super aggressive one. This definitely has a chance versus mage, where Thijs actually got a fantastic opening. He got a coin, and also an interesting fact is that Forsen is playing the Clockwork Gnome, probably instead of Leper Gnome. It's like I've seen many players actually switch from Leper Gnome to Clockwork because it gives you a spare part that can be very useful in different ways.
Very true. I mean, the Leper Gnome, the 2 damage, guaranteed 2 damage is pretty nice, but at the same time, sometimes you just need a little bit more of a wild card coming your way.
Most spare parts, they actually give you the 2 damage as well. Like, if you can swap that, yeah. Alright, so what is the comeback mechanisms that Forsen can use to regain his board? He doesn't have, like, one of the best comeback mechanisms in this matchup is Explosive Trap or Unleash the Hounds. Forsen has neither, so he might be forced to either play, well, it's Freezing Trap or Haunted Creeper. With Freezing Trap, he's not doing much. He's, like, only stalling where he doesn't have a follow-up. With Haunted Creeper, I feel like he is developing some board and will be able to trade with minions at least.
Yeah. Now, if he puts the Creeper down, though, what does Forsen choose to trade his Clockwork Gnome into? Or maybe he just doesn't? We'll see, though. But with the Mage's Hero Power, you should trade into at least one of them, right? Alright, just trade the Gnome for Gnome.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, you hope that there is no defrauded minion from the mage, and then you hope you top deck Juggler, or maybe you'll be just forced to use your kill command on the minion. You still have like +1 attack from the spare part, so it's good.
It's true. Oh yeah, and he does have the kill command, so that will be 5 damage anyway with the Creeper on the board, so he has a chance to get rid of that, but gets the Owl as we just saw, so that's going to be a simpler trade right there. That was a very nice turn for Forsen.
Definitely, that's a very powerful turn. It is kind of like a swing. He was lucky with the +1 attack, so he was able to turn around the situation on the board. This game can really go either way. I feel like we'll see a lot of back and forth. Still, I think Thijs' hand is much stronger than Forsen's.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely still has just minions that he can play again and again the next turns. The Tinkertown and the Pilot Shredder on turn 4 is going to be pretty solid. Especially for us, as we see Forsen's hand, there's not really an immediate answer to that other than the kill command. And even this turn, right, it's iffy, because if you put the Undertaker out, but you can't follow through with it anyway, and both minions have 2 attack, and if you kill the Creeper, like, it's just going to spawn 2 1/1s, and it will be a total of 2 attack anyway. But he's still going to put that out there, and, you know, if he can stall a little bit, that's still a win for him, because he has the Shredder next turn.
So Thijs is going for the secret, which is also very important, because the turn 4 is like piloted Shredder turn. So if there will be like no web spinner, this could be a very popular entity.
And the mirror entity really helps out buffing up the Undertaker, so that's gonna live. That's a bit of a bummer right there for Forsen.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. And but I don't think you could actually attack first. Like, you want to check for the secret, and then
Yeah.
if this would be mirror entity, then imagine like not that like mirror entity, like duplicates. Imagine
Yeah, that's
those
true.
undertakers.
Yeah, I guess the mirror is better than duplicate. But it feels bad, right? If you have to use the kill command right now, just get rid of the 2/3 in fear of it growing, which it probably will. Forsen has to assume that, so he's still gonna get rid of that, and then
Right
just
now,
clear and keep the board.
Forsen is definitely disappointed because he doesn't have a turn 5 play. So his hope is that he either top decks something or gets something from the web spinner.
Mm. Well, there's a pretty good chance he'll get something to play from the web spinner, and he gets an Undertaker too.
Freezing Trap will be amazing here because it's basically canceling turn 4 from Thijs.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, Thijs has ways to deal with this. Forsen has the high main, but Thijs will have the silence and the fireball. So here, like Blast Mage might be amazing, just clearing the board. Just playing. Yeah, see what you hit. See what you hit. King Makla. Whoa.
Wow. Well, there's something to play, but maybe not so hot right now. And he does clear the two 1/1s. The Undertaker still lives though, so that's a little bit of a annoyance. And Thijs just putting things down, assuming
You can pass. Yeah, you just pass because it seemed like it's freezing trap. Like
right.
Oh my god, another high main. That's really strong for Forsen. What's amazing is that Forsen was able, like, it seemed he had a very bad hand, and he was able to just keep the game till turn 6. He is in a good situation with like freezing trap. He plays that high main, and then he follows up with another high main, and this can just single-handedly win him the game. Where it seemed like Thijs had advantage.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Thijs kind of contemplating. He's fairly certain now that it is freezing trap, especially with the clear there from Forsen. So he chooses to send the Blast Mage back. I think that's pretty solid. You know, it has an immediate impact when it's played, so play it again in a later turn if you have a mech.
By the way, there is another fantastic thing for Thijs. He has a spare part that is will help him to return the Iron Peak out to his hand. So
yeah.
He will play high main.
That's unfortunate for Forsen. I mean, the second high main sounded so nice when it came out, but you're not gonna see that.
This is just crazy. He can just attack for 2, return the owl, play the owl. That's he still has 4 mana, so he pings the high main, attacks with Pilot the Shredder, and then he can still develop like an Oyatron.
That's really solid.
He can also, because he is like full health right now, almost full health at 25, he can opt to go for face and start racing against this one high main. But I think he realizes that clearing the high main here is more, like, has more potential, especially with full hand.
Yeah, I mean, also you just have the opportunity to get rid of the two like most powerful cards. People would argue for Hunter, so why not? But he's just gonna choose to race, it seems, with the Anoitron down.
Well, Anoitron is super powerful, and it's definitely stopping this high main. If Forsen, like, Thijs is making a gamble that Forsen doesn't have something like Unleash the Hounds right now, and also like he is really safe. Like he is the one dictating tempo and dictating the pace of this match. Even if Forsen gets Unleash the Hounds, he'll have to just start clearing with the high main, not to die. Like,
yeah,
Thijs is the one winning the game right now.
He puts the Lithip and the King Mukla, just putting down 2 big bodies on the board. Gets rid of the Divine Shield, knows that the Doom is coming. He saw the Iron Beak will get sent back to hand by Thijs. Now, of course, now the bananas are also all 6 mana, so that's pretty solid, you know, the Lothip combo with King Mukla. But still plenty to be done here by Thijs.
That's a very interesting board. So Thijs going, alright, Pilot Shredder, bringing a solid minion, not a Doomsayer.
Yeah, and it's 2/3, better than a 2/2 also. Can't really complain from the Shredder. Yeah, so I was thinking, you know, it's either Mechanical Yeti, Hero Power, or even the Blast Mage here, if you wanted. But it looks like he's just going to go for the guarantee.
It's a very interesting line of play. Like Thijs, instead of rushing, he chooses to just go the safe route because he has such an advantage and a great hand. He starts clearing minions and putting himself in a position where he wants to use the advantage of his hand and then win. And it's a good line of play because Forsen doesn't have any cards and Thijs still has like a full health. So even if Forsen is able to deal a bit of damage, Thijs should win this board. And when he wins the board, he wins the game in the next turn.
Absolutely. And yeah, with the Blast Mage coming out again, should be able to clear both of them now, it seems. Now that he's hit evenly on both minions, so he doesn't even need to use the bananas. Clear Mukla.
He can stealth the Blast Mage as well. Just go for face, deal as much damage as possible, and protect the Blast Mage from the piloted Shredder.
Sounds really solid. 6 damage to face.
That's really solid. Also, like, Blast Mage is lethal next turn with the ping, even if Forsen is able to clear whatever's left.
Yep. So as we see the last card drawn for Forsen, it's a Mad Scientist, and we're not really seeing much hope here. Even with a taunt, it wouldn't have really gotten anything for Forsen. So Forsen goes down again to the same mage deck, 3-0. I don't know, Nimsh. It's looking like a little bit of a repeat from last week, except now it's mage instead of hunter that's going for the sweep.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, we've seen Thijs having really good opening hands with Undertakers and Deckwars, but on the other hand, like this deck is built in a way so that you don't open with Ragnaros and Antonidas and Molten Giants. Basically, you try to like mulligan smartly and always get